Are you trying to lose weight for the summer, or maybe just shred off that last layer of belly fat so you can get your abs to show? In this video, I'm gonna give you 5 tips to build muscle quicker and burn fat faster, even while you're sleeping. What's going on, guys? My name is Cole Hastings, and I'm here to help you improve your life. So today is all about losing weight, burning fat, and actually building more muscle. I have some ways to build more muscle while simultaneously burning body fat. And yes, this is possible. I've been doing some of these tips that I'm gonna show you for a very long time now, and I've seen amazing results. I've burned fat and built more muscle while also keeping my strength gains. So any of the lifters out there, if you want to keep your strength gains while also burning fat, like on a cut, then this video is definitely for you. But yeah, let's get into the tips. So the first tip I have for you guys is definitely the biggest one, and that is intermittent fasting. Now, the science behind intermittent fasting is honestly just incredible, but for those of you who don't know what intermittent fasting is, it's basically cycling through an eating window and a fasting window. So the most common ones are the 16-8 or something like the 18-6. This is where you fast for a 16-hour period and have an 8-hour eating window, or fast for an 18-hour period and have a 6-hour eating window. And what I do personally is 16-8. This just fits my schedule the best, but whatever works for you is what you should do. So when I start fasting, it's around about, I would say 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day, because this just works for me. You need to find out which fasting works best for your schedule. And now I'm gonna go into some of the scientific benefits. So while fasting, you are repairing broken cells in your body, and you're also inducing the growth of new cells, and also your blood levels of insulin drop significantly, and insulin plays a huge part in how much fat you are going to burn. And if your blood levels of insulin are dropping, then you're going to burn fat faster and easier. And then also during fasting, your human growth hormone increases, and this is a hormone involved in regulating fat loss and just weight loss in general. And intermittent fasting can help slow or even revert the aging process, because it's repairing broken cells and again inducing the new cell growth. So apart from you burning fat, it's also gonna slow down your aging process. And also, in a fasted state, you are very more focused. And there's a lot of study to back this up. You are essentially just a superhuman in your fasted state. When I wake up in the morning and I'm fasted, I just feel so much more focused, and my attention span is so much longer. Whenever you're in this fasted state, your body isn't focusing on breaking down foods. So it makes sense in that way. Even apart from all the scientific stuff, just think about how much energy it takes your body to break down these foods all the time. If you constantly have food in yourself, your body can't work on the other parts of itself because it needs to digest your food. So when it's all done digesting food is when it really just works on itself, and you just feel amazing. But yeah, intermittent fasting definitely isn't for everybody. It might not even fit your schedule correctly, depending on how you work or what you do during your day. And also, it does take a while to get used to this type of eating. So it might take you a week or two. Honestly, it'll probably take longer. I've been doing intermittent fasting for about a month, maybe more now. But at the start, it's very hard, but your body, again, is just gonna get used to it. It gets a lot easier as you go on. You become more insulin resistant, and you just feel like you have more energy all the time. So that's enough for intermittent fasting. I'm gonna go on to the second tip, which I've talked about in all my previous videos, and that is meditation. Now I'm gonna nail this into all of your heads until you pick up this practice. Seriously, the benefits are just amazing for meditation. I already made a video on meditation though. I'm not gonna go into it, so you should check that video out. I'll probably leave a link somewhere, but the scientific backup for meditation and weight loss is that you're going to be less stressed, so it is involved in stress reduction. And cortisol is the stress hormone. So if your cortisol levels are higher, you're going to store fat easier and you're not gonna burn fat quicker. So with meditation, you are reducing your cortisol levels immensely. Like, honestly, it has made me so much less stressed of a person all the time. I'm not super happy all the time, but it definitely has improved my life quite a bit. So yeah, just what meditation does for weight loss is it reduces those cortisol levels. So that's all I wanted to talk about meditation. So the third tip I have for you guys is to get more sleep. I don't know the exact statistic on how many Americans are sleep deprived, but anywhere less than 7 hours of sleep for the average adult is considered not enough sleep. So there's probably a lot of you out there that don't sleep as much as 7 hours when you really should. So there was a study that said within 4 days of sleep deprivation, your body's ability to properly respond to insulin signals just diminishes completely. And then also with less sleep, your cortisol levels, like I talked about earlier, are gonna increase. All you need is that 7 to 9 hours of sleep to really keep your body weight regulated. So you're gonna have to sacrifice some days out to get the proper amount of sleep. But if you really wanna lose weight, you have to be in that 7 to 9 hour target range. And there's also two hormones that are involved in regulating your body weight, and these are leptin and ghrelin. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But when you get less sleep or you're sleep deprived, you produce less leptin and your ghrelin levels increase. So the less leptin you produce is actually correlated to how much your stomach is gonna feel full. So you're gonna feel very empty if you're producing less leptin. And then with ghrelin, if your ghrelin levels are high, this stimulates hunger and actually increases fat storage in the body. I'm not really a sleep expert. I personally have struggled with sleep for a very long time, but if a lot of you out there are struggling with sleep, again, meditation is a good practice for better sleep because you produce melatonin in the process. But the best thing I can give to you guys to get better sleep is probably have some chamomile tea. I have chamomile tea before bed. That helps me sleep a lot better. But the best thing you can do is not eat about like 4 hours before you sleep, or if you're going to, then have a very small meal. The less your body is digesting food while you sleep is the better you're actually gonna sleep. And the fourth tip I have for you guys to lose more weight is to drink apple cider vinegar. So the way apple cider vinegar works, or some of the scientific benefits of it backed up, is it's a very acidic drink. So what you can do is actually drink it before your meals and you'll feel fuller throughout the meal or before the meal, so it'll help you eat less. And before I get into the rest of the tips, I just want to tell you how much apple cider vinegar you should actually take. So what I usually do is only take 2 tablespoons right before bed with my chamomile tea. That helps me sleep a lot better. And also, you should not take more than 2 tablespoons at one time, and don't have it more than 3 times a day. That is what I recommend. So back to the scientific benefits backed up by it. So it induces higher protein utilization, which helps form the human growth hormone that I talked about earlier. And this is gonna keep your metabolism going while you're sleeping. And then also it stimulates digestion when you drink it, which helps reduce the amount of time that fats stay in your digestive tract. And the fifth and final tip I have for you guys to lose weight faster and build more muscle is to do high intensity interval training. So compared to steady state cardio, which is just going the same pace on, say, a treadmill or a cycle, high intensity interval training, for those of you who don't know, is a type of like burst exercise. So a good example is running for maybe 30 seconds as fast as possible on a treadmill and then resting for 30 seconds to 1 minute. Well, not resting, but in a much lower pace, like maybe even walking. So yeah, it's essentially just bursting, doing as fast of an exercise as you can do for a short period of time, and then having a sort of rest period or just a less intense period for about the same amount of time or double the amount of time. And compared to steady state cardio, it actually boosts your metabolism a lot more. And also, like all exercise, it's gonna slow down the aging process. That doesn't really have to do with losing weight, but again, it's just another health benefit. And high intensity interval training is very good at regulating your ghrelin and your leptin, like I've been talking about in this video. So again, you're gonna have more leptin and less ghrelin in the body. But those are my tips for this video. Hopefully you didn't know some of them, because I want this to be kind of an unusual tip sort of guide. So hopefully you get some new ideas out of this. Do some more research on these topics. I'll leave some links in the description to the studies I used to produce the stuff that I gave you guys in this video. And if you enjoyed this video, then definitely leave a like. If you see results from some of these, leave a like. And if you enjoy this kind of content that I'm putting out and want to keep bettering yourself, then subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.